What is good, YouTube? This is the Northvale here with another OU match, and what do I talk about first? Well, my opponent, I found him on a Spoken Battle Finder. I forgot his name already, but not really gonna make much of a difference in the battle, anyways. As you can see, he's running a really offensive Dragon team, and I'm running a really defensive kind of team with an offensive threat of Dragon Knight and Volcarona. Which, well, yeah, my team basically centralizes off me setting up hazards and dealing damage with Landours, and setting up screens for my either Volcarona or Dragon Knight, and just that's pretty much it. I just sweep with those two. And my opponent's team is just, I don't even know what to think of it, because I can't really name a set for each Pokemon, because as a whole it looks really custom, but as an individual I can just pick out sets I think they are. But anyways, enough of me ranting. Let's go ahead and get started with this match. So my opponent's going to go ahead and lead off with the Ninetales, as I lead off with the Landours here. And this first turn, instead of going for the Earthquake, I'm actually going to decide to go for the Stone Edge here. And the reason being is I don't really want him switching out, or if I do get a KO with an Earthquake on this Ninetales, I don't really want him to get a free opportunity to go out into one of his Dragon types. So I already have a KO thanks to Stone Edge. And thank the gods that move existed. But anyways, this next turn here, since I'm locked into the Stone Edge, I'm actually going to be forced to switch out into my Espeon. As he goes for these Stealth Rocks, which is good for me because that just means I don't have to switch out into Heatran and set him up with him later in the match. And then this following turn here, he's going to go ahead and switch out to the Tyranitar, just to kind of, I'm not really sure, well actually, yeah, just to throw me out, I guess. And I'm actually going to set up Reflect as he switches out, and I'm going to go for the Baton Pass at the end of next turn, because I'm not really sure if this thing has Pursuit or not, because I'm not really sure what set it's running. Like I said, he does have a Ferrothorn, so this thing is looking good for an offensive position. But it actually goes for the Thunder Wave, and this is where I was assuming, okay, this thing probably has Dragon Dance. It's not a choice variant, it's probably a Dragon Dance, you know, what do you call it? Tyranitar. I keep forgetting this thing's name. And I'm actually going to go into Landours here, just to kind of scout if he has a Fire Punch or if he has a Fire Blast. And as you can see, he has neither, and he actually goes for the Stealth Rocks, which I thought was kind of weird, and tells me that this thing is actually not very, it's not offensive, it's actually defensive. So this following turn here, I'm actually going to go for the U-turn. As you can see, it's going to do shit damage to this Ferrothorn, and as usual, you know, because Ferrothorn can just take his, like, fucking champ, which I really want to use one again. But anyways, enough of me and my personal problems. I'm actually going to go out to the Heatran here, and I'm going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp, predicting the switch to something, because I knew the fire move to him was too obvious. So I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, Will-O-Wisp, predicting something to switch out. And I actually do catch this Tyranitar right here, which I get a burn on it, which I found pretty good and pretty useful, because now his offensive moves are just pretty much shit if he does have any. But so far, I can already tell you that he does not have the Ice Beam and does not have the the Fire Blast. So that's telling me that he's leaning more towards the Dark and the Fighting, or just Rock, which I'm not really sure which one it is. But anyways, enough of me ranting about this Tyranitar. I'm going to go into my Landours here just to kind of see what he would want to go for. He goes for the Superpower, and as you can see, this is not going to do absolutely anything. As you can see, that only did 10 damage to my Landours, which I found pretty impressive. because I'm not even bulky or anything. I'm really offensive, actually. But anyways, I'm predicting the switch this following turn. Actually, yeah, predicting the switch to the Ferrothorn. But instead of me going for the Superpower, I just go for the U-turn, because I wasn't really sure if he did want to go into the Ferrothorn, or if he was going to think that I knew he was going to go out to Ferrothorn and pull out one of his Dragons and take Superpower with them, which would be no good and no bueno, because that just means that he's going to be able to fuck me up and hit me like a truck. But anyways, I'm going to go out to the Fortress, and this is where this Paralysis comes in handy, because now that my Fortress is paralyzed, as you guys can tell from the lefties, he is faster than me. So I'm going to go ahead and allow him to set up another one of his hazards, or whatever it being, and I'm actually going to Rapid Spin at the end of the turn, and just to kind of make sure my side of the field is clear, I guess. And then this following turn, instead of Volt Switching, I'm going to go ahead and just Hard Switch into my Espeon here, because I knew he'd want to go for either the Stealth Rocks or for the Leech Seed or the Spikes, even if that mattered, or in that matter. But as you can see, he went for the Stealth Rocks, and they just bounced right back, because Espeon's Magic Bounce. So thank the gods for that black and white one Dream Will ability. Yeah. Okay, enough of me being a faggot. He's going to go on to his T-Tar. I'm not really sure what this thing's fourth move is, and I don't want to find it the hard way, as I said before, so I'm actually going to go ahead and Baton Pass out of here, because this thing is just really scaring the crap out of me. And I'm going to go ahead and decide to Baton Pass. I forget who I Baton Pass into, actually. Was it? Let's find out. Let's play the guessing game. Is it Landours? It's Landours! Yay, 10 bucks to the winner who said Landours. Okay, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just, go ahead and intimidate that thing, and he actually goes for the crunch and doesn't do anything. So it just tells me that this thing is running, Thunder Wave, Stealth Rocks, Crunch, and Superpower, and that he can't do anything to my fortress whatsoever. So with that in mind, I'm actually gonna go for the Earthquake here. I was assuming that he would want to stay in and and just sack his T-Tar, but he actually decides to switch out, which I was like, oh no, this is no bueno. So that just means that this Firethorn has a free turn to do whatever it wants, and I was actually predicting him to predict my Espeon and go for the Power Whip or Garaball in that sense. But actually ends up going for the Leech Seed, and I was like, crap, this thing is not good to deal with. So this following turn here, I'm actually gonna play the well, I wasn't really sure what I was thinking, but all I know is that I think he was gonna set up something, and that's why I pulled out Fortress. But all in all, I forgot why I pulled out Fortress. But anyways, he's gonna go on to his Dawn or his Dragonite here, which I was like, ah, shit, because this is the last thing I wanted to see in front of my Fortress. But Reflect is actually, I think it wore off. Yeah, Reflect just did wear off not too long ago, and this thing has a very threatening Fire Punch here. So anyways, my opponent's gonna go for the Dragon Dance, while I decide to stay in and Volt Switch, because I wanted to scout what it would go for, and I knew he wouldn't go for the Fire move the very first turn, because that's just way too aggressive right there, and I don't think he's in a position to just make accusations like that. But anyways, my opponent's gonna go ahead, or actually I'm gonna switch on to my Landours now for sure, thinking he's gonna go for the Fire Punch. And like I said, this Dragon Dance is just equal shit to my Landours, because it doesn't I do neutralize the attack, and I do outspeed because I am Scarfed, and he is onto my game because he decides to switch out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just Stone Edge here. As you can see, it's going to do shit damage to Firethorn, telling me it's just a defensive fucker, and it just doesn't want to die, and it's fucking retarded, and I don't like Firethorn, and I just want to burn it in hell and just bleh. But anyways, I'm actually going to switch on to my Espeon. He actually goes for the Toxic, which I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool, I guess. That's a pretty interesting information to know. So far I know 3 of its moves, and I don't know the 4th. And he hasn't gone for a move yet, which tells me I think it's running Protect or Spikes. I'm not really sure what it's running. Actually, if he had Spikes, he would down for those. But anyways, I'm actually going to use the opportunity to go ahead and set up a Reflect on this Firethorn, and he goes on to his T-Tar, and from what I've known is my Fortress can take it on the best, and my Fortress just can set up all the hazards it wants in front of this Tyranitar here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and Hard Switch into my Fortress, just to kind of get up any hazard that I'd want. I was actually planning to set up some Spikes, just because upon entry, Kyurem Black here would come in and just take half its health, and that would be no bueno for Black Kyurem, because that thing, every time I fight it, it always gets a kill on something, and that thing is just retarded. But anyways, he's gonna go on to his Dragonite and actually go for the Volt Switch, because I was like, you know what, I might as well, I'd rather gain momentum than rather gain hazard or more hazard entry damage. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch on this Dragonite, and I'm actually going to go out to my own Dragonite, which is now going to be the Clash of the Dragonites. I'm just playing, guys. Well, I'm being retarded. Anyways, so this following turn here, I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance, as my opponent goes for the Outrage, and I was like, fuck, because I know how much Outrage does to a Dragonite. It does like 1/3 of its health, or 2/3 of its health, and as you can see, he didn't do shit with that Outrage, and I was like, wait a minute. What the hell? I was sitting here and I was panicking. I was like, why didn't he? I was like, oh no, he thinks I cheat. Oh no, oh no. And then I remembered I had Reflect up, so I had a blonde moment right there, even though I'm not blonde. My hair is kind of blonde. I don't know, my girlfriend bleached my hair, and I don't know if I technically pass for a blonde. But anyways, I'm actually gonna go for the Roost, just to kind of stall this thing out of his Outrages, because I don't want my Dragonite to take an Outrage when it doesn't have multi-scale, because I know I won't be able to live it, because he does almost half with his Outrage. As you can see, he goes ahead and just hits himself. Now this turn, I do have the choice or the liberty to going for the Roost, predicting, or let me repeat that. I do have the liberty of going for the Roost, or I have the liberty of going for another Dragon Dance, kind of hoping on hacks that he would hit himself. But I actually decided to go for the safe play in Roost, because I don't want to get too arrogant and too greedy with this, and I also don't want to, I don't know. I just didn't want. I didn't want to be an asshole. Is all I'm trying to say. But anyways, right here, my opponent makes the most questionable of plays, because he's going to go ahead and pull out his Notori, right? Then he switches down to his Kieran Black, and this thing just takes a fuck ton from hazards, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch, because, like I said, I was fighting a Ferrothorn, so I didn't really want to deal with it. And as you can see, since my opponent took Sandstorm damage first, that tells me that this thing is Scarfed, or it's either Jolly Scarfed or Timid Scarfed, depending on what move it runs. So anyways, with that knowledge in my mind, I'm actually going to switch on to my Heatran. And I think my opponent's full onto my mind games, and he's actually going to go for the Rock Slide. I think he was kind of half predicting me to switch out, half predicting me to stay in, because he was like, you know what, Rock Slide will be the safest against this whole team. But, you know, I ain't dumb, and I saw that from a mile away. So anyways, this following turn here, I'm actually going to decide to, I think I'm going to go ahead and decide to switch out. It's either I switch out, or I decide to stay in and go for the Flamethrower. Oh, no, actually, yeah, switch out. So I'm going to switch out into my Fortress, just because I know that his Kieran Black is locked into the Rock Slide, because he is Scarfed. And, I think this following turn here, I'm actually going to go for the, I think I either go for the, oh yeah, I get Paralyzed this turn, that's right, because I don't get spikes in this whole battle. But yeah, I get paralyzed this whole I get paralyzed this turn, which I thought was retarded, but hey, I'm not really gonna complain. And anyways, this following turn, I'm gonna try to get the Rapid Spin KO on his T-Tart, but he actually decides to switch out to his Kieran Black. And as you guys can see, the Stealth Rock damage will take down his Black Hero all the way down, and I was like, oh no, Rapid Spin KO on Black Hero. And do I get it? Do I get it? No, he actually lives with like 3, which I thought was retarded, because I was like, I deserve that Rapid Spin KO. But anyways, congratulations to me, because this is the first time I've seen Kieran Black in the match that he didn't actually get a KO or didn't do much. So yay me. So I guess I know how to deal with them now, or it's either that or I got really lucky. I think it's the second one though. But anyways, my opponent's gonna go pull onto a Salamence, gonna go ahead and go for the Outrage as I Volt Switch. I thought that this what was I thinking? Oh yeah, I went for the Volt Switch because I didn't want to stay in and just kind of go for the what was I gonna say? See, I'm forgetting shit. Okay, I went for the Volt Switch because I knew it was too obvious for me to switch out into something that's gonna be able to take the Fire Blast. There you go. And as you can see, he locked himself into the Outrage, which I pull out my Heatran. I go for the Will-O-Wisp and I miss, which I thought was retarded, and I was like, fuck. Oh well, it doesn't really matter because I've been getting hacks all this damn game. And he's gonna go into his T-Tar here, sack that, and that just tells me this thing. I think it's either choiced or he just doesn't want to be confused. One of the two. I'm gonna lean more towards a choiced way because for me that makes more sense. But anyways, my opponent's gonna go back out to Salamence. He's gonna go for a bunch of Earthquakes, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and just switch on to my Dragonite, and that's where he decides to run. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. It is a bit longer, so yeah. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. I do have a few uploads for you guys. I do have some in the wing, which I will be uploading, I guess, weekly. I think that's going to be my new schedule because I'm actually doing the cheap thing of recording while I'm doing homework. So yay for me. Ha 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 ha. And this... yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. Other than that, just really enjoy my match. I am getting it back into Wi-Fi because, I don't know, I think Pokemon's pretty cool, I guess. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. Go ahead and rate, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit, and I'll see you guys around.